How many times have you got up and you're like, this is it. I'm gonna make that change. I'm gonna lose this weight. You know exactly what you need to do. You know that in order to lose weight, you need to eat healthy and you need to exercise and you need to be in a calorie deficit. So you got everything ready. You got all your healthy meals. You got everything down pat. You know what exercises you're gonna do, and you do it for maybe a week or two, and then boom, you just stop. You just literally fall off the wagon. I want you to know that right there, because I know we all know how to lose weight. But then when we don't end up losing that weight, even though we know exactly what we're supposed to do to lose weight, I want you to know that it is not your fault. It is not your fault that you cannot lose weight. It's not because you're greedy. It's not because you're lazy. It's not because you don't care about your health. It is not your fault that you can't lose weight. Eating problems stems from having bigger problems. You know that feeling you get when you want to start that diet and you know what you're supposed to eat, but instead you run to that bag of chips, or you run to have that pop, or you run to have that like big burger or that big poutine. That is not your fault. How many times can you recall when you feel like super excited, or you feel depressed, or you feel sad, or even bored, and then your response to that is you eat, or you gravitate towards food? Food is like a drug. And what I mean is the high in carb food, such as, the chocolate bar or the pop or the fries, or, the high in salt, the processed food. It's like a drug. When you eat those foods, you feel good. Just as how someone would, take a certain substance and it makes them feel good. That is the same way it is with food. So if that is the same way, that is what it is. Then losing weight, or the inability to lose weight, is not our fault, because it's extremely difficult. And I can totally attest to this. It is so difficult to, despite knowing exactly what to do to lose weight, and I know you can definitely relate, that you have the diet plan, you know exactly what you're supposed to eat, you have the workout plan, but for some reason, you just can't lose weight. That's not your fault. We use food to cope. We use it to cope with bigger issues that we're dealing with. And if that's the case, that would explain why you know exactly what to do to lose weight, exactly what to eat to lose weight, exactly what exercises to lose weight. You understand that in order to lose weight, you need to literally be eating healthy and move your body. But for some reason, despite knowing that, we can't lose weight, or you can't lose weight. And again, as I keep saying, that is not your fault, because life is complicated enough and nobody's life is perfect. That is okay, because we all deal with crap. We all deal with issues. We are humans. It is okay. Nobody is perfect. But chances are, if you are not losing weight, if you know exactly what to do to lose weight, you know what to eat, what exercises to do, and you're not losing weight, it is not your fault. The chances is that you're dealing with something else in your life that is preventing you from losing weight, that is causing you to gravitate towards eating. If you go to therapy, a therapist might ask you, depending on the philosophy from which they practice, to imagine the miracle question, or they might ask you the miracle question. And I'm going to challenge you right now to answer this, or imagine this miracle question. So imagine all your weight loss problems. I'm going to say problems because for me, my weight is a problem. So imagine all your weight loss problems would disappear and you have your ideal healthy body and you dislike nothing about yourself. In your eyes, your body is perfect. So imagine that. And once you imagine that, what is left? What other issues could you think of in your life that is still an issue? that is still a quote unquote problem for you. Imagine that for a second. If you've successfully imagined that, chances are that once we get that food out of the way, once we stop thinking about food, once we stop using food to cope with those issues, whether the issue is stress about student loans or relationship problems or living up to your family's expectations or a fear of not being where you want to be in life or just being depressed and dealing with other mental health challenges, whatever it might be, or you disliking your job, or having challenges with a friend or a loved one or a family member, your weight loss problems will not change unless you deal with those hurt. It is so important when you're on a weight loss journey, and this is something that I am still dealing with, I'm still coping with as I try to lose 100 pounds, as I lost 30. I just started this journey and I lost 30 pounds. It is so important. And as I said, this is important for when you do lose all your weight, to literally be able to maintain that weight, because I know a lot of people, and I'm literally speaking from experience, got down to my ideal size only to skyrocket all the way back up because I did not know how to cope with the bigger issues that I'm dealing with. And I was using food to cope. So it is so important that when we are trying to lose weight, when we are on a weight loss journey, it is so important to examine ourselves and to examine the issues that we're dealing with, the issues that we're coping with, because we are using food to cope. And honestly, that is not your fault, because the hormones the feel-good hormones that you get from eating a chocolate bar, from eating carbs, that feels you good. That makes you feel good. That is what you use to cope. And honestly, that is literally not your fault, because we all want to be able to cope, right? To be able to cope is to be resilient, to be able to cope with not being able to pay your bills on time, to be able to cope with not living up to expectations that your parents, or even expectations that you might have for yourself. That is being resilient, and it's okay to cope. There is literally nothing wrong with coping. You are a superhero for coping. But the reason why we can't lose weight is because we're using food to cope. So if we want to lose weight, we have to, and I keep saying we and you because I'm literally in the same boat. If I want to lose weight, if you want to lose weight, we have to find other ways to cope, because we're human beings. We're gonna face problems. And those problems are not going to disappear when we're on a weight loss journey trying to lose weight, right? I hope you're still with me. That's why it's so important to literally find alternative ways to cope when you are trying to lose weight. I hope you guys find this video extremely helpful, because for me to do this video, for me, it is extremely therapeutic. And as I just reflect on my weight loss journey, and I would say journeys, because I've had several weight loss journeys where I've lost weight and I've got to my ideal weight and then I just kind of skyrocket back up. But as I reflect on all of that, I understand and I know that the reason why I wasn't successful in maintaining my weight is because I was literally using food as a coping mechanism. And that is literally one of the most dangerous things that we can do when we are trying to lose weight. To use food as a coping mechanism. I think it was, I don't even know, I think it was Holly Berry. She said that she eats to live. She doesn't live to eat. And I believe it was her, but somebody said it. But that is so important. You eat to live, not live to eat. And I understand that that's a statement that is so, it's easy to say, but it's not easy to do, especially when we're using food to cope. Losing weight is mental. There is a mental component to losing weight. So basically, if you're on a weight loss journey, I think that if you can get your mind right, if you can understand that you're gonna be dealing with stress and you're gonna need to find an alternative way to cope with that stress or those stressors that is not food, then you're literally setting yourself up to be successful. Because chances are, I can assure you, that a lot of us trying to lose weight who cannot lose weight, we are not able to lose weight because we are not dealing with the hurt parts of ourselves. Honestly, think about if you can literally, if that resonates with you or you recall doing that, think about why you did it. And chances are, I can relate. Chances are that you did that, that you literally went off track of your diet because something happened, whether it's something exciting or something that you were stressed out about, something happened to literally knock you off your diet. I hope you're being kind to yourself. I am literally sending you positive vibes and positive energy on your weight loss journey. This is Miss Work in Progress, and I will see you in the next one.